Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea, where we discuss the latest celebrity tea in the news. And we do it live every weekday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Chatmosa. I'm your host, Auntie Derek, and today is Thursday, June 11th. Today is also actually a very special day. I want to give a shout out to my maternal grandmother, Minerva. Happy birthday, Grandma.
Yay! Happy birthday, Nana! We love you.
Yes, honey. I hope your birthday is filled with joy and wish you many, 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 many more birthdays. And also, we want to give a special birthday shout out to her grandson, DJ, as well, who happens to be my cousin. He's celebrating his 14th birthday. So happy birthday to DJ. I love you both. And again, wishing you many, many, many more birthdays. All
Look at these
right.
fine people over here.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, period.
thank
Okay.
you all. So we have a comment saying, wow, what a good looking family and legacy. And then we have a question: is your grandmother holding a vape? Yes, honey. And just a note: if you see my grandma without that vape, call the police. She's been kidnapped, baby, because she don't go anywhere without the vape. Yeah. So just to, and just to a glimpse of who we are here in the photo. So to the far left, that is my mother, Sophia. Of course, that's my grandmother beside her. Happy birthday, lady. That is yours truly. And then that is my aunt to the right of me, the caterer, excuse me. So this is my one big happy family.
I
We were
can't
in
wait to meet
Vegas.
her. I
Yes,
can't
and
wait to meet her.
you are going to adore her. Adore her, honey. So look, we have a comment, Margarita and Vape. Yes. She's not like a regular grandma. She's a cool grandma.
Look, shout out to the cool boomers. Mm-mm,
Yes,
mm-mm.
indeed. So love you dearly and happy birthday. And I want to introduce my fabulous co-host as well. So we have starting with my gorgeous moon. Hey boo.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. And we have my Libra Queen. Hello, cutie.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, hey. And shout out to the listeners holding it down in the chat as well. Well, y'all, I think we got some good OT we can sip. So let's go ahead and jump right in.
Tea time.
Yes. And I like to start off annoying y'all with the latest Tootsie Roll news.
Oh,
And
it's when do Tootsie Roll don't have some news?
he's gonna
Tootsie
have something
Roll.
because baby, he got about as many lawsuits, honey, as he got sex tapes. So
He
he
got more news than he got penis. Oh,
more more news than inches, honey. Well, give me one second. Let me control this slide here. There we go. So you all should see what I just shared here by way of TMZ. Diddy to male accuser. Show me your medical records. Now, this is not the accuser that we talked about. What was it? Either yesterday or the other day with the child star. No, this is Lil Rod. Remember that Lil Rod had the producer had that case against him, and now he won't. Baby, I know Cuba Gooding Jr. sitting over there like, now why am I in it, girl? So let's get into it. Diddy claims music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones, who is suing him for sexual assault, has failed to turn over his medical records, TMZ has learned. According to court docs obtained by TMZ, Diddy says he shouldn't have to produce a bunch of documents and answer questions for Rodney, describing his request for discovery as abusive and improper. Diddy says Rodney was supposed to sign off on a release to provide access to his medical records back in November, but the release provided was not in compliance with regulations related to the privacy of such records. In the filing, Diddy also says Rodney is asking him to answer questions about Cuba Gooding Jr., who Rodney claimed was involved in one of the assaults on Rodney aboard Diddy's yacht. Diddy's team is seeking information about the alleged conduct or statements of third parties like Cuba is improper. As TMZ first reported, Diddy denied all allegations of wrongdoing in the case. He claimed the suit was a money grab. In the suit, Rodney claimed Diddy groped him and touched his butt. The producer said Diddy often walked around naked when he was around and tried to get him to have sex with him. He also claimed he was drugged and raped at Diddy's home. Rodney is seeking $30 million in damages. As TMZ previously reported, the judge dismissed many of the producer's claims. Diddy's attorney previously told TMZ Lil Rod is nothing more than a liar who filed a $30 million lawsuit shamelessly looking for an undeserved payday. His reckless name dropping about events that are pure fiction and simply did not happen is nothing more than a transparent attempt to garner headlines. Mm-mm.
I mean, people keep trying to say that Diddy keep wanting to use that little Tootsie Roll, but from what we do, he like to be in the watching position. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know.
That,
And I
and
like
that's
to keep walking around with his little Tootsie Roll hanging out all the time. I don't know about that.
what you did kind of point out a difference though, because that's so he has a because he likes to watch the women, but all of the men have accused them of. You see what I mean? Like they
Yeah, yeah.
so they're I
Um,
exactly. I mean, it might be something there because and men do tend to. There's a different energy around men than women. So I don't know.
I almost said something foul. Let me just be quiet.
Oop.
It almost came out my mouth, and I said, you know what? Let me just be quiet.
And this is the I'm showing y'all here. This is again the purported evidence. This is Rodney, Lil Rod, and Cuba Gooding Jr. Now, girl, I'm gonna say, look, if you've been reading celebrity news as long as Auntie Derek has, honey, you have read some things about Cuba Gooding Jr. not being able to keep his hands to himself. So, yeah, that's just that on that. But I, like I said, he probably like, damn, why am I in it? Shit, I thought we was cool. So,
Like,
Is he trying to punish them because they got something he doesn't have?
ooh, ooh,
I'm just asking.
David, honey. He like open that mouth and take this wrapper off the Tootsie Roll, like because
ew.
allegedly Jonathan Hay, who we're about to talk about next, mind you, but he said like pretty much they are alleging pretty much the same type of thing, both of these producers, and they said that Diddy likes that he tried to force them to have oral sex with them. Jonathan Hayes was a little bit more outrageous, like with the shirt, the Biggie shirt involved, and him tossing the steaming stained shirt.
Mm.
So I don't know, girl. Chill. That's a good question.
And see, and y'all making me almost give. Let me go on mute because I almost said it again.
So yeah, this is Lil Rod, and he is a legend that Diddy he tried it with him, and now he want Cuba Gooding Jr. to answer some questions. But Diddy feels that according to this article is absolutely improper, and Lil Rod is nothing but more than a con artist seeking undeserved $30 million. Well, yeah, as y'all know, I will continue to follow these stories, honey, like I've been have. And this other one that I've been following, the one with Jonathan Hay, like I said, we're going to be talking about next. Sure enough, and you all should see where it says here, CJ Wallace is not having it, honey. You all should see where it says here, by way of all hip hop, Biggie's son says man accusing him and Diddy of assault ducked lawsuit for months, and now he must pay. So CJ Wallace says Jonathan Hay accused Diddy of forced oral sex, then hid from the lawsuit that followed. Wallace's lawyers are asking a federal judge in Tampa to reject Hayes' attempt to erase a default ruling in their ugly defamation fight. The filing says Hay ducked process servers for months after making claims that tied Wallace to an alleged 2020 sexual assault involving Sean Diddy Combs. Hay accused Diddy of beating him, restraining him, and forcing his penis into Hayes' mouth during a studio session linked to a remix project honoring the Notorious B.I.G. Hay also claimed Wallace helped set up the alleged encounter. In another incident, Diddy supposedly pleasured himself with a shirt Biggie owned, had an orgasm, and threw the drenched shirt at Hay and said, "Rest in peace, B.I.G." Wallace denied the claims and sued Hay for defamation. His lawyers say Hay now wants the court to clean up a mess he created by avoiding service. Ronnie Bittman and Jeremiah Reynolds, lawyers for Wallace, came out swinging in the filing. Jonathan Hay offers no evidence or legal authority in support of his motion to set aside clerk's default, falling woefully short of meeting his burden to show there is a good cause to set aside the default entered against him, the lawyers wrote. Hay asked the court to set aside the default. He argued he was not served properly and said he was busy with California litigation and law enforcement referrals related to his claims. Wallace's side called that excuse weak and unsupported. For months, Hay has engaged in a deliberate pattern of concealment and evasion designed to frustrate service of process and obstruct the orderly administration of this case, Bittman and Reynolds wrote. The lawyer said Hay gave a false address and sworn discovery responses in another case. They also said he left that address without notice and left no forwarding address. According to Wallace's filing, his team made about 17 service attempts over 4 months. They used 3 process servers and a licensed private investigator before serving Hay through Florida Secretary of State. The filing said one property manager claimed Hay had lived at an address illegally. At another address, Hay's daughter allegedly said he had left the state. A skip trace also found a pattern of transients and frequent locations, according to Wallace's lawyers. Now, having successfully been served and failing to respond, defendant asked this court to set aside the resulting default and reward his obstruction. Bittman and Reynolds wrote, "The case has been messy from the start. All Hip Hop previously reported that law enforcement reviewed Hayes' allegations and referred the matter to Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office for possible charges. Diddy has denied Hayes' claims in related litigation. His lawyers have argued that Hay either consented to or welcomed the alleged conduct. Wallace's lawyers said Hay still has not shown a real defense in the Florida case. They said his proposed answer relies on broad denials and thin claims rather than facts. The First Amendment defense, for example, asserts only that defendant's statements and actions were protected activities without identifying what statements were made, when, to whom, or in what context," Bittman and Reynolds wrote. And as we know, Diddy remains in federal custody as the civil fight continues. I'm just going to stop there because we already know about his 50 months and what he was in there for. So yeah, that's that on that. I'm still gagged that really they didn't deny that. They pretty much said that, I mean, some shit went down in there, but Hay consented to it. That's the gag that's getting me, honey. So, look, Wendy Williams did say some shit was gonna come out. Some shit was going to like really be exposed. Like, so a lot of us are being new, baby. But there we go.
His little tootsie roll, Lord Jesus.
Girl, I almost choked my coffee.
I'm just like, "Bruh, bruh, 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 bruh."
That predatory Tootsie Roll, honey. Well, our next story. So, if anyone asks y'all if I was ever married to John McClain, I need all of you to say yes. Okay,
Okay.
please and thank
Yes.
you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. We'll do.
Reason being, John McClain, honey, done died being worth $20 million, and he ain't got no family to leave it to. And
Oh,
girl, you see where it says here by way of TMZ, Michael Jackson estate co-executor John McClain left behind $20 million and no will, his cousins claim.
oh Lord, it can't go to the government. Ah,
But it needs to go to his wife, his widow, Auntie Derrick. That's who it needs to go to.
How you gonna be an executor of an estate and don't have a will yourself?
Chill,
that's
wake that the fuck
crazy.
up. Wake it up. Like, huh? Honey, when I saw this, you know, I did what. Let me move my bag and read this again. I'm sorry. A co-executor of an estate didn't have a will. Okay. Well, let's get into it. John McClain, the former executive of Michael Jackson's estate who passed away last month, had a personal fortune of $20 million and no will, according to the man who wants to administer his estate. Warner Wright IV filed paperwork Wednesday asking that he and Zia F. Mataber, McClain's lawyer, be named administrators for McClain's estate, citing urgent business matters as a reason to expedite the process. Wright says a lease payment on a Malibu property is due, as well as several other bills that need to be paid, maintenance issues that need to be handled and managed, creative projects to be preserved, and other regular but time-sensitive matters to address. Wright, who says he's McClain's first cousin, once removed but was raised as McClain's nephew, says he and Zia need access to McClain's multiple bank accounts in order to handle all of these affairs. According to Wright, McClain's probate estate assets have been estimated worth $20,033,862, a serious chunk of change if accurate. McClain not having a will is interesting, given the battle he was involved in over Michael's will following the singer's death. Worth noting, Wright's filing has nothing to do with Michael's estate, for which McClain served as co-executor. This is about McClain's estate alone. TMZ broke the story. McClain was hospitalized for a week before his death after a fall at his home in Malibu, left with a broken arm. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ McClain was medevac from Malibu to Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center, where he was treated for but ultimately succumbed to complications connected to the fall. He was only 71 years old. 71 years old and worth $22 million and was allegedly married to Auntie Derek. So, honey, what's your name? Warner? Is that his name? Yeah, Warner Wright the fourth. You ain't even got to
Sit,
worry about that money, boo.
sit down. I don't believe this.
I, I know that's right because it's kind of hard to believe. Chill, I'm with you on that. Like, what do you mean?
There's a
He,
will. I don't believe this.
yeah,
He's 71. Mm-mm. And he has experience in these matters. I don't believe it.
71 and literally handling like major money moves with other wheels. Like,
Right. I don't
I,
believe it. There's a will. There
it's
is a will.
it's a wheel. And I just find it real odd that okay, yeah, he said it's a cousin but raised as a nephew. Cool. And now all of it's just so urgent that oh we need to pay his the Malibu property, other
Mm-mm,
bills, maintenance issues.
mm-mm. These people do not need that. Mm-mm. Appoint a formal estate person. Not them. No, no, sir.
I'm with you, girl. I don't something right.
Mm-mm. No family member.
Yeah, because didn't something just happen recently with I forget his name from Tony Tone. We went over the story here where his family is like going through a nasty. I think with one of his nieces or something like that. Nasty. So yep, I'm with Chili. Nope. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Because it's gonna definitely be a problem.
Well, that
I
is that
think
on that.
Wait, I had to get to my phone. You mean
Oh,
to tell me somebody is trying to come after Dwayne's money? A
yeah,
niece?
Dwayne. Yep. Yep. It was
Bitch, he
his.
had a wife and kid. I mean, I think he was maybe divorced, but he has kids. Where's the niece coming from?
I forget. We went over
Let
the
me.
details of the story, and I totally forgot the details.
He has children. See, this is the thing. When people die, people get weird about money. How you a niece and you think you gonna usurp the children?
Yeah.
Okay, that's weird. Uh, have will people? Y'all got a little bit of money, a little iota, even if you don't get a will, because people crazy.
I want to know why the hell they keep on does John McClain not have any other pictures in there? Because this picture that this in this thumbnail,
It's
honey,
about 40 years old.
it's from 1986 or
Yeah,
1989, I think.
yeah,
I,
about 40
I know
years
they got
old.
some. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, he wasn't bad looking. I don't know why they wouldn't use any recent pictures of him. Yeah, he looked okay. Yeah, nice looking. Wait, that's a white
What?
man.
Oh, yeah. On the side, there might
Yeah,
not
because
be a lot of information about him out there.
hmm, yeah, because this well.
I
Y'all remember who that producer who commented on my my clip on Instagram said good riddance when he found out John McClain. I was like, what?
Oh my goodness, that was crazy.
Well, that is that though. And I don't think I officially welcome Chili to the show. Hi, Chili.
what's
Hey,
up,
Well,
baby?
Chili, you made it.
I made that quicker than I thought.
Mhm.
yeah. Well, that is that on that. Well, y'all remember we have said before, and this is no surprise to anybody in this room, honey. But 50 Cent, I said he want to be a white man so bad, and really he gets a lot of inspiration from white men, and I think probably Trump, if you ask me, probably is one of his biggest inspirations. Now there's kind of like some proof, some tangible proof that that is true. Because if you all will see here that by way of hot new hip hop, 50 Cent uses Trump playbook in lawsuit against ex Shaniqua Tompkins. So let's get into it. 50 Cent and the mother of his child, Shaniqua Tompkins, are still going at it in court. This time, it relates to a deal she signed with G Unit Books and the contractual obligations surrounding the rights to the story of her life. Most recently, the attorneys for G Unit Books cited a previous court battle involving Donald Trump to counter Tompkins' claims. Per All Hip Hop, Documents filed with the New York Supreme Court show that G Unit Books is asking the court to dismiss several counterclaims and defenses raised by Tompkins in the ongoing contract dispute. Tompkins she references the anti-SLAPP law in New York City, which ultimately works to prevent individuals from lawsuits that allegedly target protected speech. She pushed back against the lawsuit filed against her, claiming that it's an attempt to punish her for speaking publicly on 50 Cent in interviews and online. G Unit Books seeks to dismiss multiple defenses and counterclaims submitted by Tompkins. Court records indicate that two of her defenses may already be off the table after she failed to respond to arguments challenging them, a move that under New York procedural rules can be treated as abandonment. But in response to the anti-SLAPP laws, G Unit's legal team pointed to precedent from a separate New York case involving Donald Trump and his niece, Mary Trump. In that case, the judge rejected anti-SLAPP arguments after concluding that the lawsuit centered on an alleged breach of a contractual agreement rather than an effort to suppress speech. G Unit's lawyers contend that the same reasoning applies here. The lawsuit stems from an agreement signed in 2007 when Tompkins transferred rights related to her personal story to G Unit Books in exchange for compensation. Tompkins has maintained she enters the deal under financial and personal pressure, while G Unit alleges that her later public comments and media appearances diminished the value of the rights it acquired. Girl. Messy, 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 honey. And unfortunately, I think the court might find some validity in this argument. And that's the gag, honey. Because what you need to be trying to prove, Shaniqua, which is unfortunately going to be hard for you to do so because one of the people involved in your allegations has passed on. But she pretty much claimed, who was it? Andre Harrell? No, so not Andre Harrell, excuse me. I'm sorry. Chris Lighty. Chris Lighty was the one who approached her and was like, listen, you need to sign this because if you don't, some good things, won't happen to you. Some not so good things will happen to you. You know what I mean? So, girl, you need to try to prove that you was because they can, just like with Mary Trump, girl, you had a contractual obligation to not talk about them, and you still talking. And now, unfortunately, the court can go after you over that. It's sad, but look, he want to be a white man so bad, honey. And unfortunately, it may work in this case. Poor thing. Ladies, let this be a warning, honey. You see what happens when you fuck around with a narcissist? Get that dick and go.
Really, you shouldn't even get that big. Why would you want? Y'all need to quit perpetuating these dudes' ego. Stop giving them pussy.
Sometimes, girl, you just need to be touched, and that's okay.
Find somebody else to touch you. Shit.
You're right.
And haven't you discussed at one particular time that allegedly he ain't even really got nothing to be working with?
He don't, but he can eat. He can't gut the muscle, but can lick the jaw. Sorry, y'all. This is a daytime show. Well, child, speaking of narcissists, honey, Chris Brown. So remember how we kept talking about that dog lawsuit, the lawsuit involving his dog and a former housekeeper? So she tried to use his incident with Rihanna in the court to kind of tie some type of similarities to, he has a pattern of doing things. Well, the court said, girl, we ain't trying to hear all that, unfortunately. And you also see where it just says here by way of TMZ, Chris Brown blocks Rihanna assault from being mentioned in $90 million dog bite trial. So let's get into it.
Really, 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 really trying it for real.
She tried it.
Yeah, I was like, okay, you didn't need to bring that up. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing that you talking about.
She's like, look, I'm trying to get $90 million, honey. I'm gonna search the rudest of the two. Matter of fact, search what he did in preschool while you at it.
And $90 million is fucking crazy. It's crazy. But go ahead.
And I certainly think she deserves something because the images I've seen of her injuries, they were horrific. So she did, but $90 million is wild. But we'll see what the court thinks. But this starts. Chris Brown scored a small victory in his legal battle with a former housekeeper suing him over an alleged vicious dog attack. A judge ruled the housekeeper will not be allowed to bring up his past arrest for assaulting Rihanna at their upcoming trial, TMZ has learned. According to court docs obtained by TMZ, the judge granted Chris's request to exclude any evidence about the infamous Rihanna assault from being introduced to the jury. Chris is being sued by Maria Avila, who claims in 2020 she was mauled by a large dog named Hades while taking out the trash at the singer's Los Angeles home. Breezy denied he's responsible for her injuries and previously argued Maria possibly provoked the dog. Ahead of the upcoming trial, Maria and Chris were arguing over what evidence they could present to the jury. Maria was hoping to tell the jury about Chris's 2009 domestic violence incident with his then girlfriend Rihanna. Chris and his legal team said any talk of his past arrest could be prejudicial because it would paint him in a negative light to the jury. And he insisted the Rihanna incident was not relevant when it came to the alleged dog attack. Ultimately, the judge sided with Chris Brown. Yeah. And so is the public, girl, because you tried it. And then on top of that, it was other incidents that you could have used, honey. Like, it's child, please. So, well, that's that on that. This is another trial I'll be following, and I will keep y'all updated once I see them. Um, so we talked. When was it? Like maybe last week, sometime about Serena making a comeback. Y'all know I don't do the sports ball, so but I was excited with y'all. Yay, Serena back on the court. Well, it looks like it was cut short or something because one of her partners got sick. What I was reading.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, and you all should see where I just shared here by way of TMZ. Serena Williams' comeback cut short due to doubles partner injury.
Well, as long as she ain't injured,
Oh yeah, she good. She
she
good.
can figure it out. Unfortunately, that's a short run for that tournament, but she can pivot.
hmm Well, this starts. Serena Williams' big return to tennis had a lackluster ending, with the legend being forced to exit the HSBC Championships tournament due to her partner's injury. 44-year-old Williams and Victoria Mboko's journey at the Queen's Club was off to a hot start. They won in straight sets earlier in the week, but the 19-year-old suffered a knee ailment in a singles match the next day, which was too much to overcome. Mboko, who's 19, had to withdraw from that contest, excuse me, and on Thursday morning, the tournament confirmed her doubles matches off too. Williams and Mboko were going to face Layla Fernandez and Laura Sigmund in a quarterfinal match. So now those two will coast to the next round without breaking a sweat. This wasn't a one and done situation for Williams. She will also compete next week at the Berlin Open and admitted she isn't thinking too far into the future, but doesn't have anything better to do at the moment. Regardless, it was great to see her back out there on Tuesday, her first match since the US Open in 2022. Yeah.
Wait, she
So
gonna be at the Berlin Open?
that's what it said.
Look who perked up. Oh, she gonna be here. Oh, girl, and Libra Queen over there clicking on the computer right now. I'm finna set something up.
I know that's right. Well, shout out to Serena and Victoria and Boko girl. Well, we wish you a speedy recovery. So, no, that's that on that. And what we got next, girl? Tracy Morgan, honey. He got the internet, specifically the
Oh,
teachers, on fire, honey, for saying some stupid ass
he can go to
shit.
hell. I think that accident gave him a brain injury, and he
No,
ain't
he
been
had it
right
before that
since.
accident. He had it
Okay.
because what people don't know, and I like to bring this up every chance I get, honey. Tracy Morgan, he should have got the same treatment that Kevin Hart did when, because Kevin Hart was doing stand up about like beating his son if he found out he was gay. Oh, baby, Tracy was the originator of that shit. He was doing that shit when back in like 2009 or so. This is why I stopped fucking with his ass. I'm like, oh, no, he said he would beat the fuck out of his son if he found out he was gay in one of his
I'm glad I didn't hear none of that. Ew,
Yep.
disgusting.
Well, honey, now he going after teachers. Y'all see where it says here by way of TMZ, Tracy Morgan says he cannot stand teachers, honey.
Well, when you stupid, I guess.
Wake that up. And it says like the actor and comedian sat down for a conversation with Saturday Night Live star Marcelo Hernandez on Variety's Actor on Actor series, and Marcelo opened up about his challenges in school. So let's take a look at this quick clip. Give me 1 second.
In school, I talk too much. No.
I was excessive talking.
You know who gave you that voice?
They told me I did mischief in
No.
school. Mischief.
I don't think they know they didn't understand you.
Right. Mhm.
You had a sense of humor.
Mhm.
And they couldn't control that.
They
Because
can't control
God
that.
gave that to you.
Nope. And now look at, I'm getting paid for mischief.
And they still making minimum wage.
No.
You know how much some teachers probably making right now?
Man, not enough.
And I can't stand teachers.
Are
you
we
know,
expecting sound?
because they have a ceiling. They have a limit.
Mm,
That's all they ever gonna be.
man.
I teach my kids sky.
So let me pause. Y'all weren't able to hear this conversation?
I heard him
Oh.
with his ugly voice.
Amen.
Yep, and that was pretty much in the clip anyway, honey. And Moon, good thing you couldn't hear, girl, because it wasn't worth hearing. It was bullshit.
It went out all of a sudden. I'm just like, wait, I'm seeing it move slow. Like, I'm like, what the hell going on? Oh, it was me. Sorry.
No worries. But yeah, he's a piece of work, honey. And it's just like, and teachers have every right to be that. Not only are they underpaid, you gonna disrespect them like this, and they telling your ass they were probably telling you talk too much because you do. Shit, I was told I talk too much by teachers. It is what it is. I do
Yes.
talk too damn much.
All the talkers get told social butterfly. That's their little words of that you talk too much. I was a social butterfly.
And for him to sit there and say, baby, the teachers do the work, honey, and they are not getting paid. And the work that they have putting on these teachers to this day, like putting them with 29, 30 students with one teacher in one classroom and expecting them all to make sure all these students who can't read make sure they pass to the next grade. Like it's wow.
And
Girl.
with no help from some of these parents.
Mm-mm.
When I tell you all the times I went up to my son's school and they just appreciated that I showed up because there's so many of people that don't.
Wow.
Mhm. Fuck him. He can go to hell.
He really can with them nasty looking fingernails. Oh, and I hate. And then the thing is, he's one of them people that got the nastiest looking fingernails and always want to show them on camera. Put on
I'm
a
glad I ain't
glove,
seen him. I don't even want.
baby.
Don't.
He done chewed them things. Them things look like sunflower seeds. There's not a nail there anymore, honey. It's just
Ew, he's
look.
got one of those hands.
Yeah,
Oh, so
it looks
disgusting.
nasty.
And he just. But somehow he just buddy with old girl from the show. They are just great friends.
Who? Tina Fey.
Yeah.
Tina, we watching you, girl.
I mean, maybe that's her contribution to, children of special needs. I don't know.
And girl, speaking of things that made me oop, especially early in the motherfucking morning, honey. I said, wait, hold up, wait a minute. Now let's put some Auntie Derrick in it, honey. Girl, y'all about to gag, honey. Guess who was just spotted together?
Oh.
Honey, let me just share this TMZ article. David Geffen reunites with ex David Armstrong on yacht after nasty divorce.
Oh, child. Goodbye.
When I tell y'all not too many things gag me, this shit gagged me early in the motherfucking morning. Really? David, what are you doing?
Which David are you talking to? Because get it how you live, big dog, little dog.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Which David are you talking to? Because
Well, I'm talking to the white one who was scammed out of all his money, but then to the black one, I say to that black straight scammer, allegedly, I say,
4
you know
plus
what?
4. 4
Listen,
plus 4.
listen, more power to you, bro. Look, good job, brother.
Hello?
Jesus.
He said he got that comeback. Ooh.
Girl, on the yacht at that, honey. He took him out of that apartment he was paying for and let him, sit on the yacht.
He said, I got that comeback. You thought this messy divorce was something? Baby, we finna spin the block. Huh.
Y'all. Well, David Geffen and David Armstrong's relationship has gone from choppy waters to smooth sailing, at least judging by new photos from Spain, where they're lounging on his famous floating paradise. The former spouses were spotted spending time together aboard Geffen's Rising Sun yacht in Mallorca on Monday. A surprising sight considering it was just 2 months ago that they settled their nasty divorce. In the pics, Geffen and Armstrong appear relaxed as they sit across from one another, chatting on the deck. It's a far different scene than the one played out in court. The exes spent much of the last year locked in a contentious divorce battle before finally reaching a settlement. As TMZ previously reported, Geffen filed for divorce in May 2025 after less than 2 years of marriage and no prenup. And the split quickly turned into a fight over money before the two finally reached a financial plan. These days, though, the courtroom drama seems far away. Armstrong was among the guests invited to aboard the yacht during Geffen's annual Mediterranean getaway, which also included the likes of Ellen DeGeneres, Portia de Rossi, and Kris Jenner. Whether this is a reboot or just a friendly check-in, one thing's for sure: sharing yacht time beats sharing court filings. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we just found out David is an old bird. He is an old school bird. Okay,
Okay,
that's all that is. He's a bird.
a whole bird, honey, and paying for it, honey.
Cause you
Listen,
know he didn't pay his money to fly out here to get on this boat. You know David flew his ass out there.
got him hanging out with your friends, honey, with Elle and Portia and Chris.
He
Mm.
been hanging with them.
And I know that energy has to be like crazy, like because
You
now
know.
in those circles you look like a whole ass scammer now, like. But
Well, and if you hurt my friend, you dead to me, bitch. And I
right.
don't care if she make up with you. We still, I done fell out. It's forever, forever, ever.
Mm-hmm. That's I'm gagged. Listen, like Libra Queen said, get it how you live, Donovan Michaels. And we noticed that they didn't even use that name in this article because that's the name they were using. So I guess he's going by his actual name now, David Armstrong. Well, that is that on that. And what we got next, honey? Oh, so we got some updates on so we talked about Tariq El Musa and Heather Ray's house being broken into yesterday. We have more information about what was taken and exactly how the hell they got into their house. And you all should see where it says here by way of TMZ, Tariq El Musa, Heather Ray burglary suspect stole expensive jewelry. And that was the only thing they stole, it appears from this article. So I don't know. I'm thinking this might be an inside job, or I don't know. Well, Tariq El Musa and Heather Ray El Musa's Newport Beach mansion burglars made off with some pretty pricey bling, TMZ has learned. Newport Beach police tells TMZ the suspect accessed the backyard, shattered a rear sliding glass door, and got inside the couple's residence, ransacking the primary bedroom closet before fleeing through the backyard and out of the front property. Excuse me, and out of the front of the property. Police tells us the reported loss was jewelry. Sources familiar with the situation say the stolen items were high value pieces. TMZ broke the story. Tariq and Heather were vacationing in Los Cabos, Mexico when the break in occurred. Cops tell us they don't have any information on the suspects available at this time, and the investigation remains ongoing. Heather and Tariq addressed the incident on social media, saying they felt violated and really sad following the burglary, while assuring followers their family was safe. Hope they had jewelry insurance. I'm sure they do, honey. They got high value price jewelry in their closet. You better damn believe they got fucking. You think they don't? Shit. I just hate that happened to them, honey. But somebody was hating on Heather. Somebody said she don't need all this jewelry, and plotted to broke. It was this was an inside job, I think. But the fact that they knew to go exactly into the bedroom, they didn't take nothing else but jewelry out of the primary bedroom's closet. The high valued shit. This is an inside job, so baby, y'all pay attention to these circles. Oh, I guess I should say allegedly. I'm not a lawyer. Allegedly, girl,
They
honey,
housekeepers and stuff in your house, you know, they be watching you.
yeah.
They could have had they people. They knew you was going to Cancun, you know, because when you have a big house like that, a lot of people have housekeeping and other services, and oh yeah, they know what's up. Oh, we'll be out of town for 2 weeks. Yeah, it's kind
I
of
mean,
fucked up because, like you say, they knew exactly where to go. Oh yeah, so that was planned. Inside job.
inside job, and the police don't have any other information. They kind of knew where to navigate from the cameras and stuff. They weren't like, or maybe they were at where because they didn't put anything about like cameras in the story. But I imagine There has to a big ass house like that. There got to be some security cameras around. And the fact that they weren't able to, the police are still investigating with no information on the suspects. Yeah, baby, this is an inside job.
Oh yeah. Oh definitely. And just in and out, straight to the bedroom, bip, bam, boom, out.
Well, well, speaking of Bip Bam Boom and girl, when I tell you that Georgia court that is suing Tiffany Haddish, them prosecutors basically said, "Girl, bye." I was cracking up at this response, y'all. I'm sorry, but y'all should see where it says here by way of TMZ. Prosecutors scoff at Tiffany Haddish's claim delayed DUI case hurt her career. They pretty much like, "Girl, about what career?" They didn't say it like that, but well, Tiffany Haddish says her DUI case has dragged on so long it should be thrown out. But prosecutors are fighting back, arguing that the actress hasn't shown the delay actually hurt her. According to new court documents obtained by TMZ, the state of Georgia is urging a judge to reject Haddish's motion to dismiss the case, which stems from her January 2022 DUI arrest in Peachtree City. Prosecutors acknowledge the more than 4 year delay weighs against them, but they insist it wasn't intentional and shouldn't carry much weight. They also argue Haddish announced she wasn't she they also argue Haddish announced she was ready for trial, but never actually requested an immediate trial, a distinction they say matters under Georgia law. The filing takes direct aim at Haddish's claim that the unresolved case has damaged her career and limited her ability to travel internationally. Prosecutors say she's offered no evidence beyond broad assertions that she's lost work as an entertainer or been unable to visit certain countries because of the pending charges. The state also argues Haddish hasn't really suffered from the delay, noting she has not been incarcerated while the case has been pending. As for her claims of anxiety and stress, prosecutors say those concerns are common in criminal cases and aren't enough on their own to justify a dismissal. As TMZ previously reported, Haddish asked the court last month to toss the case, arguing the years long delay had unfairly impacted both her personal and professional life. Her attorneys also blasted prosecutors over the handling of the case, calling the lengthy timeline unprecedented. The latest filing comes a few weeks after Haddish scored a partial courtroom win when a judge suppressed one field sobriety test and some statements tied to her arrest. For now, though, prosecutors say the balance of factors favors keeping the case alive, and they're asking the judge to deny Haddish's request to throw it out. Girl, they said, "Girl, bye." Did it hurt your career? Because how you say you couldn't travel nowhere? You clearly was able. You were going over the. We saw you on that plane to Israel. So, well, is
No,
that
Tiffany does have a point. 4 years,
yeah.
4 years, and y'all ain't got it together. No, like, and I hate to have to defend this bird, but it's the truth. 4 years, like y'all ain't figured it out yet.
And her lawyers are right. This is unprecedented, honey. And it was
Yes.
the one for me. They say, as for her claims of anxiety and stress, prosecutors say those concerns are common in criminal cases and are not enough on their own to justify dismissal. I am gay.
Everybody be stressed, right? When they're under criminal investigation.
Yeah, but Moon, you have a point. This is before you because and then they tried to say that under Georgia law she could request an immediate trial. I mean, I guess it wasn't immediate that she requested, but she said, "Hey, I'm ready to make it happen." And
Well, and then to just keep dragging it out. What else y'all doing? Nothing. Just do y'all jobs and just get her out the way. Like, I think it's fair for her to say, yeah, drop my shit because y'all fucking around.
yeah, well, we gonna see.
That's ethical.
I'm gonna follow this. I'm gonna see if the judge feels like she has a point. And
I'm sure they're gonna try and still stick it to her. But I mean, honestly, like 4 years is ridiculous. Y'all could have had this and been done. Y'all being nasty.
this is the gag for me, honey. These prosecutors, this is how you know they white. Prosecutors acknowledge the more than 4 year delay weighs against them, but they insist it wasn't intentional and should not carry much weight. How you gonna tell what the court tell the court what should you know, girl?
Like I know we fucked up, but you know what I'm saying. We still can do this. No, no.
I'm still not on that. You know the those concerns are common in criminal cases. Y'all fucked up. That's messed up.
I don't know. They be trying to do us dirty. I'm in a militant state right now. Fuck them.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Even though it's Tiffany. With her stupid ass.
Well, and and Tiffany's still a black woman, so we protect black women, even if they are problematic. Ugh. Well, excuse me, we protect them from racism and
That's
racism,
it.
legal
That's
racism.
it. And women violence. You
Hmm.
know. But that's it. Other than that, girl, bye.
Girl, so do y'all remember that sports ball player who plays for the Rams, Alaric Jackson, that we talked about not too long ago, that was arrested for domestic violence? We have more information about that, honey. So it turns out that girl is saying she was pregnant. And you all should see where it says here by way of TMZ. Uh, Rams Alaric Jackson's domestic violence accuser says she's pregnant and has cuts and bruises in restraining order application. So let's get into it. Alaric Jackson's alleged domestic violence victim says she pleaded with the Ram star not to hurt her because she was pregnant, but claims he coldly responded, "I don't give a fuck," while roughing her up during an argument earlier this week. TMZ Sports obtained the 38-year-old woman's request for the temporary restraining order, where she goes into detail about Monday night's dust up, which she says left her with several injuries. Verbal threats, scratches, bruises, took my phone and keys, Jackson's accuser wrote when asked whether the 6'7", 340-pound athlete caused any emotional or physical harm. The alleged incident went down around 10 p.m. at a West Hills, California home. And while the origin of the argument is still unclear, the woman in a handwritten account described what she says unfolded. The description reads, "He took my phone during the attempt I fought to hold on. I bit him. I'm trying to keep possession of phone. He took it and my headphones, broke them, and threw my phone. At which point I started to record the erratic behavior, at which point he flipped my food over." The statement reveals the pregnancy reading. When he came back in from taking things to the car, he became upset I was recording. He struggled with me for my phone. I told him to be careful because I'm pregnant. He said, "I don't give a fuck." I got bruises, scratches, and cuts in the scuffle. He took my keys and phone and threw them over our City View yard. The woman also claimed Jackson previously took her possessions on two other occasions, including on March 7th, 2026. He took all of my belongings and threw them in dumpster, took my passport, changed locks, and made verbal threats of bodily harm, she wrote. The alleged victim is seeking a no contact and a stay away order. She is also asking the court to order Jackson to move out of the home they share, arguing she's the one on the lease. The woman isn't only seeking protection for herself, she also wants the court to order the Rams OT to steer clear from her French bulldog. As TMZ previously reported, Jackson was arrested Monday night by the LAPD after the alleged altercation, and he was taken to a local jail for felony battery. The Rams responded with a boilerplate statement addressing the arrest. "We are aware of the incident regarding Alaric Jackson, and we take these matters very seriously. Due to this being an ongoing legal situation, we cannot comment further at this time." Jackson, the anchor of the O-line, played in 16 games for LA last season, starting every one. All right, there you go. And this one, what I find interesting is that there's, the age difference. Because isn't he like, I think he's what, 27? What I read. Let me do a quick Google search. Alaric Jackson. So yep, 27 years old, born in 1998. She's 38. Um, and I'm so glad that it didn't take her long to kind of see his pattern and like, listen, that I need to stay away from this motherfucker because he already tried it with me in March, and he took my keys and took the passport, threatened to hurt me, changed the locks and all of that shit, throwing my clothes in the dumpster. And baby, y'all need to, honey, when motherfuckers start breaking your phones, honey, that's him trying to isolate you from your support systems, honey. Y'all need to take that for what it is and get the fuck up out of there. That is abusive behavior. Why are you breaking people's phones? These phones is like $1,000 something. You breaking people's phones. What was the other one who bid it? The that guy who bid that phone, who played it. I forgot what team
This ain't
played this
him.
for, but yeah, that motherfucker with them strong jaws who broke that girl phone with his jaw.
Oh, this ain't him.
Crazy.
This
These
is
niggas is
another one.
wild, honey. But I'm sure we're gonna find out more about this whole situation.
You can't hear
And
Moon?
no, Moon's talking. Let me refresh. I'll be right.
Yeah, this is wild. These athletes is out of control.
Big out of control.
Okay, now I can hear Moon. And Moon, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought this was the same guy. This ain't the
That
same
bit the
guy.
phone. She's like, this ain't the same one.
No, that was a
It's a
different
new
guy.
fool.
Jesus, Jesus. And I refreshed too because I don't think they can hear me. But I every week we I don't know. Is it the steroids? Is it the
It's
years of
something every week.
eh, two, three, four, five of them? Something going on.
And baby mama drama.
Oh
Mhm.
Lord.
And if she really pregnant, she about to have more of it. I tell you that.
If she tied to this man through pregnancy, I feel bad for her because, yeah,
I don't look. Y'all be wanting money more than I do. Look. I don't like to be inconvenienced and irritated, and I be wanting peace. I want peace more than I want money. I ain't doing
for
it.
real. I ain't gonna lie. The way I would yeet this baby after he did that to me,
I'm glad
uh,
you said it. 'Cause I was like,
nah,
oh, ain't no way,
baby,
boss.
ain't
Ain't
gonna
no
be
way.
tied to nobody like this. No way.
No way. No
And
way.
correct me if I'm wrong because I don't want to speak out of turn, and I'm really not trying to be funny when I ask this question. But if somebody is pregnant at 38 years old, isn't that considered what they call a
High
quote
risk
unquote?
geriatric
Yeah,
pregnancy. Yeah. hmm
girl,
Absolutely.
It is, but I mean, if
you don't need that stress in your life, girl.
you really
Look,
don't.
I
You
don't
really
care if you
don't.
was 28. You don't need this stress. Child, this is a
Yeah.
lifetime. You hit your wagon. No. Yes. What you say? Chill. I'm pulling the ripcord. I'm skirting up to the clinic.
Hmm.
Ye-
Real. And I'm just
Mm-mm.
I'm saying that on a recorded line. I wouldn't be pregnant for long.
Look here. That's why they said, look, life has options. And y'all letting them people take our options. Y'all be stuck with these crazy fools' babies.
Mhm.
Money ain't worth it. Not my peace, child. Absolutely.
Well, that is that on it, girl. Let's get into Exhibit, honey. Now, honey, this is a
Oh Lord.
gag-worthy story too.
What he done did now?
Honey, he can't go and perform in certain parts of the world because of his alleged ties to Russia.
To Russia?
A Russia girl.
Mm.
Well,
Ooh, y'all be broken. Y'all be doing anything, child.
girl, and y'all should see where. Well, and this it doesn't read as treasonous. This is read him just touring the European countries, for
No, you don't get that type of linkage just off of a willy nilly. Like, oh,
oh,
I just went to Russia and now all of a sudden you can't go nowhere. You did something. They using you. Mm-mm. They
and it's
don't give
crazy.
those labels out willy nilly.
Yep, because the last time we talked about Exhibit, he was actually going through a nasty legal battle with his wife over like their business that they had together or something like that. I can't remember the exact details, but that was what we were talking about behind it. This is a whole new different field of news, honey.
Russia.
Russia girl.
See, look, Chill said it too. Like, come on, what you
Russia.
mean, Russ? A nigga getting tied to Russ?
Like that meme. Russia. Going
Mhm.
on here.
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
this starts. Exhibit found himself caught between continents when Latvia's government stepped in and blocked his scheduled September performance in Riga. The Coyote Fly Club was set to host the legendary rapper as part of his Kingmaker European tour, but state authorities had other plans after learning about his recent activity in Russia. What started as a routine booking turned into an international incident that exposed the growing tension between Western nations and artists who've continued performing in Moscow since the invasion of Ukraine. The club received pressure from Latvian officials who flagged exhibits concert history in Russia during the ongoing war. According to UNN, the rapper performed at Moscow's VK Stadium on December 3rd, 2024, and took the stage at Luzhniki Stadium on September 27th of that same year. Those weren't isolated appearances either. The venue organizers acknowledged the situation and made the call to cancel, saying they'd be more thorough about vetting artists' international activities moving forward. What makes this situation particularly complex is that the club's management claimed they had no evidence suggesting exhibits Russia performances carried any political messaging or intent. They weren't accusing him of supporting the war or making propaganda statements. The issue was purely about the optics of Western artists performing in Russia while the country continues its military operations in Ukraine. Latvia, like several other Baltic nations, has taken a hardline stance on this issue, and the government made clear that hosting him wasn't an option they tolerate. The cancellation reflects a broader pattern emerging across Europe where artists face consequences for maintaining professional relationships with Russia. Exhibit situation differs from some high profile cases because he's not a Russian national or a known Putin ally, yet the geography of his touring schedule became the deciding factor. The rapper's team hasn't publicly responded to the cancellation, leaving questions about whether future European dates might face similar scrutiny. Latvia's decision sends a message that touring in Russia during wartime carries real consequences in the West, even for artists without explicit political affiliations. So yeah, so that's what I was talking about. How this article they tried to highlight that they're not aware of any political affiliations that he had to Russia. He was just over there performing, but still, even that is enough to keep your
They
air.
said you're a
Well, he's
double
American.
agent.
Yeah, he's American. So, yeah, good.
Hmm.
They said you're a double agent. Mm-mm.
Just like they ain't letting people in here for FIFA, deported that damn referee for no reason
That's
at all.
my
Yeah,
God.
keep y'all asses over here.
But Canada said, "Come over here. You can come ref over here, though."
And I think Mexico. It's so embarrassing. It is so embarrassing. How you gonna try and have a fucking international fucking sports event while you're actively trying to deport a large swath of brown people? And then talking about, well, that doesn't stop our. You're, huh? These people are coming to. Are, are, the stupidity of it all, it just really pisses me off.
See how your brain stutter when you try to
Like,
make sense of stupidity? You
my
see?
baby
You
couldn't even
can't.
get the words out. She was
You
like, "Oh,
can't.
You
Lord."
can't.
Because it makes no sense. We
I
want
know.
tourism, but when people come here, you literally put them in holding. Yo, you these motherfuckers is crazy.
That's
All
why
the
a lot of people
international people don't
cancel.
come here. It ain't safe for y'all. These
A
people are
lot,
stupid.
a lot of people ain't coming for this very reason.
Stupid.
Well,
Well, we still gotta deport people. There's people that come here to visit, dummies. You fucking idiots. I
They've
swear to
even
God.
swept some of them up just here on a vacation. Like, come on now.
That don't even make no fucking sense. I don't even understand. Racism literally makes no sense whatsoever.
mhm, and
Literally.
it never
But
will.
this is just a quick little pivot. I ain't gonna stay here. This is just a little running the convenience store real quick. You know that because they did deported all of these migrants and people who pour into our tax system without receiving anything, they have now bumped down the social security situation. Now it's going to run out in 2032. That's right around the corner because we've lost a big chunk of the money that supplied our social services, what they call entitlements. but I am entitled to money. I fucking paid into something, and the government said if you pay into these services, then you'll receive them later. So yes, bitch, I'm entitled to get my services for what I paid for. Ooh, okay. All right, we can
Damn
go on
right.
back. Get
Stop
back on
taking
the
it
road.
out my check. Glory! Stop taking it
Okay.
out my check.
Look, if I ain't gonna get it, then stop taking it. I'm about to cut all you motherfuckers off. What they say, exempt. Bitch, I ain't getting it, so I'm exempting myself. The fuck y'all
Exactly.
talking about?
No, that's really it. And then people like you and I, because our generation, honey, we've had jobs since we were what, like 14 and shit, paying into Social Security since we were 14. I'm a millennial, honey, paying into my first job was at 14 years old, and I
Hmm.
had questions like, wait, they said I made $5.20 an hour. What the rest of my money? And then somebody had to explain taxes to me.
Okay.
But yeah, no, honey, a old bitch. I am an old bitch. $5.20 an hour, honey. Oh my God.
Don't even remind me. Okay. Don't remind me of how much. And can you all believe that in some places in this country, people are still only making $7 an hour
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the gag right there.
as fucking adults with children and families? Are you fucking kidding me?
They were talking
Okay.
about on the news how so many people have two and three jobs just trying to make it.
And still ain't
Especially
making it.
teachers, they have side hustles because they cannot afford to live. This is where we are. Like prices have gone up, but salaries definitely have not kept up pace with all of this. So, yeah, people out here working just like
And when I tell
dogs.
you, before we leave out the parking lot, it's in these Republican states because most Democratic states have moved the minimum wage up. It's these Republicans y'all keep voting in to these poor ass states that y'all they keep taking y'all money from and keeping y'all stupid. Hmm. It's them. They say y'all don't need no more money than what y'all getting. Okay, we could drive out the parking lot now.
No, you good, great. And then for those of you who are listening and want to read more about it, I did find a an op-ed from MS Now that talks about what Moon was referring to about the Social Security Trust Fund running out in 2032 and how Trump played a role. So if you want to read more information about it, feel free to here on slide 15. Well, let's get back to some ratchet shit, honey. Well, honey, so imagine having a still fight over a nigga you're not even with anymore, honey. Well,
Who
this is
did
what
that?
her to Mustafa. She got to do that, honey. Because remember, that her ex boyfriend's baby mom was filing that restraining order against her. Baby, that's still on the table, honey. And you see where it says here by way of TMZ, Love Island, USA, her to Mustafa restraining order war with ex baby mama is back on. So let's get into it. The woman who says she's terrified of Love Island USA star Huda Mustafa rushed to court again, begging for her restraining order to be reinstated, TMZ has learned. According to court docs obtained by TMZ, Nicole Oliveira, the ex girlfriend of Huda's ex, Lewis Russell, asked the judge to revive the temporary restraining order prohibiting Huda from coming near her. The judge signed off on the request and set a hearing for July 1st, where a decision will be made on whether to extend the restraining order. For now, the order prohibits Huda from coming near Nicole's home or harassing her in any manner. As TMZ first told us, Nicole's restraining order was dismissed for lack of prosecution after her lawyer missed court last week. But her lawyer said it was his mistake, so the judge reinstated it. Now the war is back on. The move comes days after TMZ broke the story. Huda was caught on camera sneaking into Nicole's apartment complex back in February in an alleged jealous rage, looking for Lewis. Alleged text messages from Huda to Lewis submitted in court read, I'm going to your baby mama's house. I'm in the Uber now. I'm about to be at Nick's. Why are you not answering? Are you cheating on me? I remember where you told me her window was. Huda denied Nicole's claims, but has yet to address the footage that appears to show her sneaking into Nicole's apartment complex. Girl, when I tell you I don't want no dingaling this good ever, ever. Well, maybe once in a year. Maybe try it annually one
Mm-mm,
time.
mm-mm. And I hope this girl is getting all this legal documentation. So for the point is, if she stomp her ass out, she don't go to jail. Because, girl, because I just would have beat her ass. Like, girl, what are we doing? Let her ass and get on with it. But maybe she's doing a CYA, and so when she do beat her ass, she don't have to go to jail. Maybe that's what it is. Cause who is this girl? Who is Heather? Who is she?
Honey, you know I don't watch no love out there. I am not interested in a whole bunch of straight people frolicking around, kissing each other on the island, honey. If I
So
want
I'm
to see
like,
that, I
is
just go
she
to Murder Beach.
white? Is she spicy white? Is she a bi? I don't. What is this girl? What
So
we
with a
doing?
name like Mustafa, I would assume that maybe there's some maybe Middle Eastern in there somewhere.
So she's
Maybe.
spicy white. Okay.
Woo!
Cause. Mm,
Well, whatever she is, she's allegedly crazy according to that restraining order. Needs to stay away from Nicole Oliveira and her house.
Nicole, I hope this is just a CYA so you could beat the dog shit out of her. I hope so, cause
Girl, this next story I have for y'all, honey. I'm not even gonna, out of curiosity, y'all, because I know y'all don't know who this man is. I don't know who this man is, but what we do know, honey, that ass is going to be going away for a long ass time.
Oh Lord, another rapper that's going to jail before we even heard of this.
Yes, honey, and he deserves to be in there, like for real, for real. Oh my, girl, I'm actually even scared to talk about this story, to be honest.
Oh shit.
But
Oh.
you should see why I just share here by way of all hip hop serial killer rapper Cliff Mack found guilty, heading to prison for life.
Why are we calling him a rapper? I feel like he's just a serial killer that happens to rap on the side. Like,
Right, rapping is just a hobby.
like sounds like he's got other business that he tends to on a regular.
Girl, oh, I was gagged when I read the story, honey. Well, this starts. Cliff Mack is heading to prison for life after a Michigan jury convicted him on first degree premeditated murder charges tied to a 2021 Flint shooting. The 35-year-old rapper was found guilty of a dozen felonies in connection with the death of Devereaux Davis, who was shot outside Eagle Ridge Square apartment complex on August 17, 2021. According to Mid Michigan Now, the verdict marks a major development in what prosecutors describe as a pattern of extreme violence spanning years. Two co-defendants were also convicted in the case. Andres Vela, who's 28, was found guilty of first-degree premeditated murder plus 16 additional charges, while 38-year-old Isaiah Lejean Claiborne was convicted of being a prohibited person in possession of a firearm and felony firearm. All three are scheduled for sentencing on July 10th, with Terry and Vela facing mandatory life sentences without the possibility of parole. Genesee County Prosecutor David Layton released a statement emphasizing the significance of the conviction. The verdict represents justice for Devereaux Davis and his family, Layton said. It is also a significant victory for the community because it removes from our streets one of the top crime drivers in the Flint area, someone we believe is responsible for countless violent crimes and homicides over a period of years. The guilty verdict comes as Cliff Mack faces additional federal charges related to two separate homicides that occurred in Burton in 2020. Beyond the murder charges, he's also been indicted on conspiracy to commit murder for hire charges stemming from a 2020 incident where he allegedly hired someone to kill a woman in Sterling Heights. The victim survived despite being shot multiple times. Like I said, baby, he right where he need to be. Him and the
Oh
mother too.
yes. And so, I mean, other serial killers. This is how they do black folks and how they demonize our whole culture. Because you can be a killer and have hobbies, and they don't name that. I mean, it's not like Jeffrey Dahmer was like, a computer tech serial killer. Like, what? He's a serial killer. He's a killer.
Oh, and a
And
Satanist. His hobbies was reading that Satan, but what's that Satan? I don't want to call it the Satan Bible, but
I don't know what it's called. I don't dabble in them
mm,
arts,
oh,
but
okay, no shade.
yeah, I don't. I do a little astrology, but I don't get down, so I don't know what that's called. But yeah, like I'm sorry, him being a rapper is irrelevant to him being a killer.
I get, and if I even search his name, if I search Cliff Mack, if any music will come up, let's see what comes up.
It sounded like he was terrorizing Flint. They already had a hard. How you over there? He probably got mercury or whatever lead poisoning from that water, so he really ain't smart.
Oh, well, I guess maybe because he looks like he does have a large following, according to Spotify. So maybe they
Okay.
were saying that because people know who he is as a rapper,
I
and I guess maybe
mean,
they telling him don't expect no new music.
I don't know, cause I just feel like don't be. Maybe I'm just sensitive right now because they really is just bothering us. But mm,
Yeah, it looks
he
like
could have
one of
just
his
said
top
something
songs, like he has one song here on Spotify that has over 37,000 listens called I Ain't Letting Shit Slide. Well, clearly, girl, and that's why you're wondering.
well, you in jail for the rest of your life now, buddy.
Without the possibility of parole, bitch.
He gonna need
Girl.
that parole.
Mm, 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 mm. Well, that is that on that. So remember we talked a bit about David Harbour and Millie Bobby Brown, like during the and to be honest, I'm still thinking it might have been like a publicity stunt to try to get people to watch that final season of Stranger Things. But I
I
feel like
thought
they
people
tried to
were gonna watch it anyway. Like why?
exactly, so they ain't even need to do all that. But there were some reports that David Harbour and Millie Bobby Brown had a little bit of back and forth on there, and then we had reports of David Harbour like going off on somebody at a bar. Well, he's actually addressing all of that, girl. He said he had a whole mental breakdown, honey.
Of course.
Of course. And you should see where it says here by way of TMZ. David Harbour says Millie Bobby Brown reports triggered mental health breakdown. So let's get into it. David Harbour is opening up about a difficult chapter in his life, addressing both a mental health struggle and rumors of tension between his Stranger Things co star, Millie Bobby Brown. And he says one triggered the other. David says he suffered a mental breakdown last year that was confusing as hell, not only for himself, but also for those around him, telling Variety that depression, mania, and other mental health episodes can be difficult for loved ones to understand in real time. The Stranger Things star admitted he was triggered by what he claims was false reporting on his relationship with Millie. Namely, reports said he had complained about, reports she had complained about his behavior on set and that the pair had experienced friction behind the scenes. As TMZ reported, in December, David took a man's hat in a bizarre interaction at a California bar. The incident followed reports that Millie filed a bullying and harassment complaint against him. The actor is now acknowledging there were disagreements with Millie, but he's comparing their dynamic to that of a real family, noting they worked together for a decade during some of Millie's most formative years while playing a father and daughter duo on screen. According to David, they always found their way back to each other, with Millie echoing that sentiment in an email statement to the publication, explaining that as the years went on, their working relationship became increasingly collaborative and that they often push each other emotionally to get the best performances possible. And fans may not have seen the last of the duo together just yet, because David teased that he and Millie are already working on other projects, adding that the bond they built over the years remains as strong as ever. I guess, girl. I still think it was
I
a
thought we
publicity
should have
stunt
let this die. Why you bring this back up? Girl, we didn't even have to. You could have just let that go.
because the other, what was his name? Sean Levy sat there and lied to our faces. So I just kind of want people to keep that in mind. So anytime his ads come out with, because he was trying to sit there and say, "Oh yeah, we were good," but there were reports that there was the big wigs had to get involved. There was a report filed, and they trying to sweep it under the rug.
All of this shit is weird, and he could have just let that go. David, you didn't have to bring that back up, sir. We don't need to know that you was having a mental break. You sound like just a drunk white man in a bar at that particular time. And if you had a little break, okay, buddy,
Mhm.
enjoy life.
Well, while we talking about Millie Bobby Brown, honey, so they were actually going against her husband Jake Bongiovi, because there were some photos that was released where it shows that Millie was not only pushing a baby stroller, but she was also carrying her bags and stuff. And people had like, "What? Well, does your husband's arms not work? Why his arms ain't working?" Well, she responded to that. And you all should see where it says here by way of TMZ, Millie Bobby Brown defends husband Jake Bongiovi for not carrying her belongings. So It just says here, Millie Bobby Brown appears on Kylie Kelsey's Not Gonna Lie podcast Thursday. In a preview, she claps back at folks who are peeved about her doing her own heavy lifting. And let's take a look to see what she has to say about this. Give me 1 second.
Y'all stay out these women's business. Y'all look, she gonna stand by her man. Why y'all worry? Let her, if she wanna be the mule, let her be the mule and worry about your own relationships.
And that's just it, man, because you know she was about to defend that man, honey. She said, not
Yeah.
only am I going to defend him, I'm also a feminist. I can do it on my own, okay?
Oh, child, yes. Please, y'all mind y'all business. Quit trying to save folks. They don't want to be saved.
Okay. Well, let's listen to Millie Bobby Brown not wanting to be saved.
Hi, I'm Millie Bobby Brown, and I'm not gonna lie. When did women become incapable of holding their own bags, car seats, and stuff? This stems from me holding all of my suitcases and bags and my kids, and people are like, your husband doesn't hold a single thing. And I'm like, because I'm 3 miles ahead. I have been planning this all night. We're all about empowering girls and like, you got it. You don't need a man. But then when I'm like, okay, I can carry my own things, people are like, oh, where's your husband? And I'm like, I can also do it on my own. Nobody knows my husband. My husband is the most polite, sweet, like, will do anything for me. But he also knows I'm capable.
I love this so much.
I thought you would, because you strike me as the same kind of person.
The number of times that I have people come up to me and be like, do you need help with that bag? And I'm like, hey guys, I really appreciate it. But if I needed help, I'd ask for it. The first person I'm asking, you guessed it, my husband. Thank you. I enjoy the idea of chivalry. I don't want it to be dead. I want there to be a degree of politeness and catering to your woman and whatever. But at the same time, don't act like I'm broken or dainty.
I'm not broken.
There you had, look, just what Moon said it was going to be, honey, defending my man, honey. My husband is the kindest, sweetest person, and he knows I can do it all. Like, girl, this is why I stay out of straight people business, honey. Y'all, this is ghetto. And y'all, just like Moon said, don't save them. They don't want to be saved. They love it there. But y'all gonna start to learn to listen to your aunties, honey, because it starts with that. It starts with you carrying your own bags, pushing the stroller, and then you're gonna be expected to carry the whole house and all of that, baby. So look, you better listen to the aunties when they're telling you. But that's straight people business, honey. Ain't got nothing to do with me. But that's that on that. Oh, speaking of more straight people business, honey. So do y'all remember we have talked quite a bit about Steve Burton from General Hospital and how he keeps on taking his ex-wife Sheree Burton back and forth to court. We talked about him on our May 5th show and our May 6th show. And the last time we talked about him, what was it? He pretty much was saying that Sheree was interfering with his custodial time for their daughter, Brooklyn. Girl, now, honey, it's just looking like he is just kind of bitter. I ain't gonna tell you no lie, because then we learned about her getting pregnant with another man's baby while they were still married or something like that. Honey, look at this article that I got here from TMZ. You all should see where it says General Hospital, Steve Burton claims ex-wife alienates him from their daughter because she allegedly doesn't like his new boo. Girl, let's get into it. Soap star Steve Burton claims his ex-wife Sheree Burton is trying to alienate him from their 11-year-old daughter, and now he's taking her to court over it, TMZ has learned. In legal docs obtained by TMZ, Steve slammed Sheree, to whom he was married for 23 years, for behavior that he feels undermines his relationship with their kid, Brooklyn. He claims Sheree often puts up obstacles for him to exercise his court-ordered custody and says Sheree creates conflict he feels is blatant parental alienation. The General Hospital star claims Sheree appears to have issues with his new wife, Michelle. He says Sheree refuses to acknowledge Michelle's role as my wife or Michelle's daughters as Brooklyn's stepsisters. He claims Michelle texted him, I am not okay with Michelle. I guess they must mean he claims Sheree texted him, I'm not okay with Michelle picking up Brooklyn from school tomorrow. Steve says Sheree is doing more than just creating schedule obstacles, claiming she's starting to undermine his relationship with his kid and his new wife, who he insists is a loving step-parent. In his filing, Steve also claims Sheree refused to work with him on Brooklyn, visiting him in Tennessee after he moved from California. For her part, Sheree denies Steve's claims of parental alienation. She says she just didn't want Brooklyn away for longer than 3 weeks. Sheree claims she's flexible with Steve as long as his requests are good for their daughter. As TMZ first reported, Steve dragged Sheree back to court earlier this year, claiming she was not complying with the court order. Messy, honey. So now she's alienating him. Like because first he wanted her to be fined $5,000 for all of this, saying, "Oh, and then I remember even one incident said he enrolled her in a summer camp but he knew that she knew that was going to interfere with my custodial time or some other stuff he was saying." This and now you're trying to bring the ex-wife into it, like I mean not ex-wife, but the new wife into it. It's like this is I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'm looking at it from a wrong angle, but it's not a good look for him to me. Like you see him trying to use court to maybe get revenge on your wife and using Brooklyn in the middle of it.
Poor baby.
Yeah.
Way too much of this shit, that shit, the other shit. It's like, what is wrong with people? When you have children together, you got to work together and co-parent in a reasonable way. And maybe there's a reason for her not to like the new woman. I mean, it's really difficult when parents are divorced or whatever and they're bringing other people into their lives around the children. It's something to be considered. If a lot of single parents don't even let their children meet people they're dating until you're in a serious relationship, you really shouldn't be bringing your children around just people you're casually dating. Leave they can be away from you while you're with your child. Now if y'all get serious, that's different. But all these people in and out, that's how I feel about it. But
No, I agree with you. Now, and in Steve's case now, because it looks like he and Michelle are married, so that's what he's arguing. Like she doesn't acknowledge Michelle as Brooklyn's stepmom and doesn't acknowledge Michelle's daughters as Brooklyn's sisters. So
oh,
that's
I
making
see
it.
they're married.
Mhm.
Oh, well, that's girl.
But so I don't know if she would have a problem. Well, she might have a problem with Michelle, but to me, somebody who gets pregnant outside of the marriage doesn't. I don't think she would give a damn about what you're doing with your new boo. But
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
that's his wife. I mean, he has children with her. You have a child with him. Y'all got to work that out. You really do, because the child is the one caught in the middle, and that's the worst. That's just the worst.
Exactly. And Brooklyn is only 11 years old, honey. She needs to be worried about like hair bows and coloring books and whatever look
Yeah,
11-year-old girl's worried about. Not whose house am I going to stay? Oh, am I going to have to see mommy and daddy fighting? No, like, no.
yeah, that's it's too much. It's too much.
Well, that's that on that, honey. Well, speaking of too much, we haven't heard about Garth Brooks's allegations in a while until now, thanks to RadarOnline.com. That's bringing it back up. And you all should see where it says here, by way of RadarOnline.com, it's an exclusive. Garth Brooks gets another gut punch. Latest delay in sexual assault lawsuit has Country King singing the blues. Sorry.
Oh, is that why he's waiting to get that $2 billion?
Oh, okay. Well, Country King Garth Brooks recently suffered a fresh blow in his ongoing efforts to defend himself against a nagging sexual assault lawsuit that was first filed against him in 2024 when a judge declined to expedite the accuser's appeal in an earlier ruling, according to RadarOnline.com. Now, sources say the ongoing legal saga is weighing on the Friends of Low Places singer and his supportive wife, Trisha Yearwood. As RadarOnline.com previously reported, Brooks's former hairdresser accused him of sexually assaulting her in a suit filed in California under the pseudonym Jane Roe. The Nashville superstar, who's 64, has steadfastly denied the woman's allegations. But before Roe had launched her legal action, Garth preemptively filed suit against her in Mississippi as John Doe, using her pseudonym and claiming he was the victim of a shakedown. However, once Rowe sued Garth in California, citing his real name, Troyal Garth Brooks, he amended his complaint to include her actual name. In September 2025, a Mississippi judge denied her motion to proceed under a pseudonym. But the accuser has appealed the decision, and the hitmaker was reportedly shot down when he recently sought to speed up the review. An insider said Garth is desperate for this case to go away. He's exacerbated by the fact it's still going, and imploring his lawyers to do whatever they can to expedite the process. Everyone knows it's far from that simple, though. The accuser deserves the right to have her case heard, if not without being named publicly. Garth has no option but to accept this, but he's finding it tough and the most stressful scenario he's ever dealt with his whole life. Trisha has been his total rock since day one. She believes he's totally innocent and is imploring him to be patient and trust the process. But it still looks like a perennial dark cloud hanging over both of their heads, and they're in no mood to kick back or relax until he's in the clear. The unfortunate reality, though, is that it'll take many more months for that to happen, possibly even years. And for Garth, in the meantime, it's like dealing with the living hell.
Like, hurry up, girl. I need my money.
Okay.
I don't want to get this $2 billion while this is hanging over my head, because judge might give you some of it. We can't have that.
That might give you most of it. It might make an example out of me. Well, that is that on that. Is this why we have a question? Is this why he's selling his songs? Possibly, girl. But just like Chili said, like he may want to hold off on that until that's probably why he wants this case to hurry up, because he don't want to give this lady any of that money.
That's why he's contemplating. How the hell you gonna contemplate $2 billion, baby? Yeah, he don't want to get that money while this suit is active.
Well, that is that on that. I have 3 more stories left, and the next 2 are about 2 mayors, honey. One mayor we have actually talked about before, that nasty lady who was sleeping around with that little 16-year-old boy during the house party she was having. Girl, well, her mama read her that teen's mom, the one that she was messing around with, read her for filth, honey. And you should see where it says here by way of People. Mom of teen boy sexually assaulted by ex-mayor at drunken party slams her at sentencing as predator with hair extensions. So let's get into it, honey. A former small-town mayor in Louisiana was sentenced to 90 days in jail after a jury convicted her earlier this year of having sex with a 16-year-old boy. It says Misty Roberts, who's 44, was sentenced June 9th after being found guilty in March of carnal knowledge of a juvenile and indecent behavior with a juvenile, both felonies, according to KPLC, The Guardian, and Louisiana Radio Network. She had faced up to 17 years in prison. In addition to the jail sentence, Roberts must register as a sex offender, pay a $5,000 fine, and undergo regular drug screenings and psychological therapy following her release, according to the outlets. She also received 2 5-year suspended sentences that will run concurrently, per the outlets. During the hearing, the victim's mother described Roberts as a predator with hair extensions, high heels, Botox, and other modifications, the outlets reported. The mom later told the court that the emotional toll on her son continued long after the incident and trial ended. Every social event carried questions no teenager should have to ask. Half of his school experience was taken from him, she said, according to The Guardian. Roberts also addressed the court before sentencing. I blame myself then, I blame myself today, and I blame myself for the rest of my life. I let a lot of people down, and I'm the only person responsible for that, Roberts said, The Guardian reported. She also apologized to the victim's family. According to Louisiana Radio Network, prosecutors urged Judge Kent Savoy to impose the maximum sentence and argued Roberts should not receive leniency. Savoy noted Roberts had no known prior criminal history before imposing the sentence, according to the outlet. Roberts' attorney had unsuccessfully sought a new trial less than 2 weeks before sentencing, arguing that in part there were inconsistencies in the victim's testimony, according to KPLC. Savoy denied the request. The case stemmed from a July 2024 pool party at Roberts' home in De Ritter, where she was serving as mayor at the time, people previously reported. During the week-long trial, the teenage boy testified that Roberts flirted with him by the pool before kissing him and later taking him upstairs. He told jurors he had been drinking heavily that night and vomited, people previously reported. Jurors also heard testimony that a close friend of Roberts instructed teenagers who witnessed the encounter to lie till you die, according to previous people reporting. A DoorDash driver also testified that he delivered emergency contraceptive Plan B to Robert's home after the encounter, people previously reported. Ro- this is nasty, honey. Roberts resigned as mayor days before her 2024 arrest. Her conviction came months after her brother, Brandon Lee Roberts, was sentenced to prison in a separate child sex abuse case, as people previously reported. So it runs in the family, honey, apparently. And look, they got a mugshot of her and her nasty ass brother. Just a family full of nasties, honey. Nasty. That's Mary Roberts Clanton and Brandon Lee Roberts. Both in arrested, both got mugshots for heinous acts against children. Must be a family trait, allegedly.
And around your son's friends. Oh, child.
Yep.
Lord.
Child. Well, let's talk about another mayor, honey. This mayor was in Brockton, Massachusetts, honey. His name is Moises Rodriguez. So he was actually speaking at an event, and somebody's mama popped out, girls, like, "Oh, why are you here? You know what you did to my daughter." So now his ass is being investigated because of that. Girl.
These men, baby.
Let me see. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to share the People article. It's giving me I might just have to do a custom article. Yeah, I'm going to do a custom. Give me 1 second. And I'm going to title it Mother Yells at Moises Rodriguez. Get y'all a nice picture. Here we go. All right. So this starts. The mayor of a Massachusetts city has been served with a harassment prevention order after a woman made allegations against him during a high school graduation ceremony. Video footage from Brockton High School's graduation on Saturday, June 6th, posted on YouTube, seems to show a woman shouting at Brockton Mayor Moises Rodriguez, "You have to fucking get out of here. You know what you did to my daughter," before being escorted away as she continued to scream at the mayor, according to the Enterprise. The woman was not arrested. Rodriguez's office said in a statement obtained by People that he was approached during the city's annual Huntington Day Parade, which honors fallen veterans, on May 22nd. According to his office, he was told that an interaction he had with the student during the parade made the student uncomfortable. Upon learning of this concern, Mayor Rodriguez fully cooperated with Brockton Public Schools and continued to do so, the statement read. Rodriguez added to the Enterprise that the woman, via the Brockton Public Schools, asked him to not attend the graduation ceremony. He explained he decided to speak at the event but not hand out the diplomas, which would have meant close contact with the students. He said he wasn't sure which interaction the woman, who has not been named, was referring to, explaining that the event in question was a parade with hundreds of people. Rodriguez has served as mayor since January 5th, replacing Robert F. Sullivan. He previously served as acting mayor from July 2019 to January 2020 after the death of incumbent mayor Bill Carpenter, the Enterprise reported. An operations supervisor with the Brockton District Court tells People that Rodriguez, who's 64, served with a harassment prevention order on Monday, June 8th. The Plymouth County District Attorney Office confirmed to Fox affiliate WFXT that it was investigating a formal complaint made by a student involving the mayor. According to the Enterprise, Rodriguez is required to stay 100 yards away from the student. Brockton District Court confirmed to People that a two-party hearing regarding the order is set to take place on Monday, June 22nd. Rodriguez is also chair of the Brockton School Committee, which met in executive session on Wednesday to discuss the allegations. He was present at the meeting but did not answer questions from reporters, WFXT reported. School committee member Stephen Pena said in a Facebook statement, I believe every student deserves to feel safe, respected, and protected in our schools and at school-sponsored events. He added, a significant incident occurred at a district event, and I believe the committee should receive a factual understanding of what occurred, what actions were taken, and whether proper procedures were followed. Leonie Scott, a parent of a child at the school, told local NBC station WTTS that she hopes the truth comes out, adding that her heart was broken to hear the allegations. A big part of me wants to believe and hope that it's not true, she said. People reached out to the Brockton Police Department, Massachusetts State Police, and the Plymouth County District Attorney Office, but did not immediately hear back. And we can watch a little bit of the clip of the woman. So give me 1 second. Let me share my screen. And
Get out of here. You know what you did to my daughter. You know what you did to my daughter. You have to fucking get out of here. Her graduation. You can see her graduation for Judy. And you're not supposed to be here.
I just want to say for the parents that are here, thank you for the work that you've done to help our community. Thank you for the support that you have done on a daily basis for the children of this community. For the teachers and the folks that actually have guided these graduates to today, thank you for all that you have done, and we appreciate you for doing this.
I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Baby, I'm the girl with the blonde hair. Like, what'd he do? What'd he do? Girl, okay, what'd he
Out of
do?
pocket for disturbing them people's graduation. Girl, that's sweating the place. What you doing?
That was probably the most entertainment that town has had in a very long time, honey.
It's the baby's graduation, girl. What is you doing? Sit down
Maybe the
somewhere.
sight of him just pissed her off so much because you can
Mhm.
imagine what he did. I mean, you don't really have to guess hard, but
I
uh,
know,
the
but
sight of
still,
him just probably enraged her.
I'm sure, but
Mama got
still,
the
them
body yada
babies.
yada though.
Okay, look, I ain't want to say it, baby, but she is wearing that red dress.
Wearing the
She
hell out that
is,
dress.
but come on, the babies is there. They trying to graduate.
And it was the because the fact that y'all had to compromise, right? The school had to compromise. Okay, well, if because he really wants to be there at the ceremony, but we won't have him hand out the diplomas. That right there, y'all should have told you, okay, maybe a community of people does not want him there. And sure enough, honey, because I feel like her acting like this, like maybe there was some type of a conversation that told her that the mayor would not be there, and she saw his ass and said, "Oh, absolutely not. I'm not the one. I'm not a fake bitch. I'm not. I don't give a damn if it is my baby's graduation, honey. Y'all hold on for a moment. Hold on your phones for real quick. Pause, because I got something to do."
And a Spanish mama too, baby. She was
Mhm.
firecracker hot.
So that is that on that. This is gonna be another story I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna see what happens, and like just like Chill said, you can imagine what he did, and then try to say, "Oh well, it was a I don't remember. I don't know which incident you're referring to. We was at a parade with hundreds of people. Oh, so are you saying that you inappropriately touched hundreds of people allegedly at a parade that you can't
Mm,
like just like the mom said, you know what the fuck you did to my daughter. Stop playing with me."
mm, 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 mm.
Well, that is that on that. Girl, this last story, I wanted to save this for last, honey. 'Cause, I mean, she's the well-equipped girl. So Brittany Bell, honey, does that name sound familiar to y'all?
Ain't she that weird girl?
Not well. I mean, if you can call her Doctor Brittany Bell now, honey. She's one of Nick
Oh,
Cannon's baby's moms.
yes. I saw this the other day. I almost sent that to you, but then I was like, maybe not. I should have sent it.
Girl, yes, honey. Because you see where it says here, Nick Cannon's baby mama, Brittany Bell, wrote dissertation inspired by him. Baby, she got in the field for her studies, honey.
I
So,
said, well, damn, was she did she hop in there for her own personal
I mean, I ain't mad at her shit. I, I am not mad at women in male dominated fields. Well, Nick Cannon's baby mama, Brittany Bell, recently earned her doctorate. And let's just say the subject of her dissertation was a family matter. Brittany earned her Doctor of Psychology degree from Alien University in May, and now it's been revealed her dissertation focused on adults who have a black father and siblings from different mothers. The former Miss Guam shares three children with Nick: 9-year-old Golden, a 5-year-old Powerful, and 3-year-old Rise. And Nick has 9 other children with 5 other women.
Powerful.
Brittany's
Power.
dissertation. What'd you say?
Powerful.
Yeah,
Really?
girl. Golden, Powerful, and Rise.
I can't. I can't.
Well, Brittany's dissertation is titled Black Fathering and the Experiences of the Adult Child with Multiple Siblings from Different Women. She dedicated the research project to her children, calling them the heart of everything I do, and writing that they are her reason, grounding force, and greatest source of strength. Brittany also dedicated the paper to her father, whose life and absence have profoundly shaped the woman, mother, and clinician she's become. The study focused on a family dynamic Brittany knows plenty about. They have an interview here on the Change Your Brain Everyday podcast where she breaks down how she chose the topic. According to Brittany, the research was also inspired in part by her experiences with her late father and stepfather. But regardless of what sparked the project, folks online are now noticing how neatly it overlaps with her relationship with Nick. Talk about studying what you know. Brittany turned a familiar family dynamic into a doctoral degree. Congratulations, Brittany. Yes, congratulations indeed. And I bet you if people ask her to show her degree, she'll be able to, or her transcripts, people will be able to pull it right on up.
now probably she got pictures. We just saw there's pictures of her in her doctoral thing, and you can find her what to call it online. Yeah,
Yep,
this is
sure can.
traceable.
Here
Getting
she
a
is.
doctorate is not a secret. People, everybody know. Look, it's a picture, baby. Verification. Look, because when you get a doctorate, you taking pictures, bitch. Yes, I did that.
Go ahead on, Dr. Brittany Bell, honey. Dr. Bell.
Mm. Now she got them babies for her dissertation. I'm just playing. So she did.
Listen,
But I'm sure she says, shit, I got a great topic. I can write all about it very extensively.
she said, let me talk about what I know. Shit. And get a
Okay.
doctorate for it.
That's really what it is. I mean, I'm sure she said I got a lot of stuff, personal experience. The research gonna come easy.
Okay. Work it out, girl. Listen, I ain't mad at it. The baby's so beautiful. That's so cute. Oh, look at this. Oh, how there with they mommy on the that is cute. Oh, so again, congratulations, Dr. Bell. Well, y'all, that was actually all the tea that I have for us today. So before we head out, I always like to ask my crew, did y'all have any tea that you want to share or any tea that I might have missed? And I'm just checking TMZ really quick just to make sure as well. Oh, girl, I see one that we about to talk about. Good Lord. So
What?
Teresa Giudice, her daughter, Melania. Ain't she the one
Melania.
who ain't that or is it Melania? I think that's her name. Yeah, Melania. The little girl who had that viral meme where she like waking up in the morning thinking of so many things. I just wish it could get better. That girl, honey,
Come on.
she out here being arrested for assault, child. And let
These
me
little white kids are so aggressive. They so ooh.
Yes, they are. And you all should see where it says here by way of TMZ, Real Housewives of New Jersey star Teresa Giudice's daughter, Melania, arrested for assault.
Mm. She got a itty bitty forehead like her mama.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Well, looks like the latest Giudice family drama is playing out in court instead of on Bravo because Teresa Giudice's daughter just got busted for an alleged assault. TMZ obtained court records showing the Real Housewives of New Jersey star's daughter, Melania, was arrested in New Jersey last month and charged with simple assault. According to the docs, Melania was arrested on May 14th and charged with purposely or knowingly causing bodily injury, a disorderly conduct offense under New Jersey law. The case remains active in Montville Township Municipal Court, which tells TMZ the matter is marked as domestic violence confidential. Oh, I already know what happened, child. Anyway, the records do not identify an alleged victim or provide details about what led to the charge. Melania is one of Teresa and Joe Giudice's four daughters, and she grew up in front of Bravo cameras during the family run on the new Real Housewives of New Jersey. As TMZ previously reported, Joe has been living in the Bahamas due to his deportation from the United States following his release from prison. The Sun was the first to report on Melania's arrest. Melania, who recently finished her sophomore year at the University of Tampa, has not publicly addressed the bust. We've reached out to the family's attorney. So far, no word back.
Didn't her and her husband get a divorce after he got out of jail?
Oh, yeah, I think they both got new boos now.
Look,
Yeah, and
I'm
he
about to
got
start.
deported. He was back in
Yeah.
Italy.
Yeah. He said, I'm going to get as close as possible. We're in the bottom. Okay. I'm starting to label these white kids as what they be calling us aggressive
And thugs and stuff.
thugs. They thugs. They white on white crime is just out of this world.
Now, she and it might not be that in the now because I absolutely agree with you. I don't trust being around a group of white kids, honey. I'm sorry, that's just me, a personal preference. But what when it comes to Melania, I don't think that's what happened. I think she and her boo got into a heated argument. Maybe a slap or something was thrown around here and there.
Oh,
But,
and they be doing domestic violence.
but
They
let
still
me tell you,
aggressive.
honey, New Jersey, do
Savages.
not play, baby. Even if it's a slap or if somebody say that somebody was hit in New Jersey, somebody going to jail. They do
Look,
not play with domestic violence in New Jersey, like at all.
Auntie, I don't care. I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt. They're savages. Mm-mm, mm-mm. It's just too
Yep.
much. This white on white crime is just, it's got my, clutching my pearls. It's just so much. I feel so, scared.
Yep. Once they said TMZ that when the matter was marked as domestic violence and confidential, I was like, oh, I already know what happened, child. You ain't got to even tell me anymore.
Just like they be doing us. It don't matter what it is. They're thugs. And I'm putting them all together. All them little rich white kids. All of them is just going to jail left and right. And just,
hmm And I say
it
that to
must
say
be
that
a
there's a
circus.
possibility that the boo went to jail too. That he probably got arrested and all this too. Like they don't play with that shit in New Jersey.
Oh, well. Okay. White on white crime.
hmm So we have a comment saying, so funny to hear Auntie sing Melania's song. So on point. Thank you. That iconic song, honey. Because that was the song she sang while both of her parents was locked up.
Oh, Lord. And they be stealing. Just the
Mhm.
thuggery of it all.
Let me see. I'm just gonna do a quick Google search to see if I can find something. Melania Judiciary. Mhm. Let me see. Sorry, I'm doing my searches because I'm trying to see if I can find anything about his ass being arrested too. No, page 6 is pretty much saying the same thing TMZ did. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely follow this story. So we have a question. Did you guys talk about last night's NBA Finals, seeing the celebs' reactions? No, I did not. Let's see. what we have here. We have a link that was shared in the chat.
That was an amazing win for the Knicks. They were behind the whole game.
I
The
told Auntie this
whole
morning. I said,
game.
Auntie, I said you. I know you don't watch sports ball, but the drama in this series is top tier.
And the
It's
way those people act after the game. New Yorkers ought to be ashamed of themselves, really.
they
I'm
ain't got
hoping
no
they
shame.
don't win
Ooh.
the championship because the way they acted, excuse me, the way they acted after the games, attacking, Spurs fans and just being really raucous and just
Hmm.
crazy. It doesn't make any sense. People go to enjoy the sport over a basketball game.
They
One
crazy. You
guy,
see, they
they
try
had a
to get on
video,
Elmo.
was trying to well, yeah, they threatened to kill Paul Elmo. He was trying to set the fans' hair on fire. He just was a little too far away. The lighter didn't reach his hair, but the guy wasn't even looking at him. And he back there with a lighter trying to set the man's hair on fire. What in the fuck is wrong with you people? Is it really
They ain't got no good
requiring
screws.
all that? I mean, that's too it's too much.
Mm.
They just get buck wild. Just and it's okay to party, but to try to attack people,
Did you see they were throwing eggs at
yeah, Wimby, I saw that
yeah.
shit.
I said,
Mhm.
damn, why y'all so rowdy?
Just
My
rowdy
God.
for no. Yeah, it's just. I hope they don't win. They
And they ain't
probably
just a
will.
basketball game, honey. New Yorkers just do that just because it's Tuesday.
And the amount
See,
of money people paid to go see this damn game. People put money into seeing this game. These cheaps, even the cheap seats wasn't cheap. And y'all acting, people, attacking fans on the other side. It makes no sense.
it don't make no sense, to be
Then they were
honest.
talking about how they was wrong for locking off 10 blocks around the garden,
Blame
but
y'all's president.
shit, they need to lock up more. They need to not let none of y'all in there.
Ooh. Ah.
Say fucking savages.
Really, I don't care if you're going to a bar or what. Don't let nobody in that motherfucker. Don't have nobody standing around so people can get out of there safely. That's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Who want to spend, $20,000 on a ticket and have to run for your life when you leave the stadium? That's crazy.
I know. How, did we ever find out how that man is that got attacked?
Mm-mm, I haven't heard.
Mm-mm.
Because that's ridiculous. And to go to where the team's hotel is to throw eggs at it, y'all ain't got nothing else better to do. Eggs is $10. Why y'all wasting good food? Ugh. Yeah. Mm.
I'm sorry, y'all, but this is why it's a culture that just does not. It to me, it just seems barbaric, and I just mm-mm.
It is, and it's just a bunch of men out there
Mm.
doing this.
Well,
It's like they feed off each other. It's like a frenzy, like a
mm-hmm. A
feeding
cult
frenzy.
mentality. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just attacking people. A bunch of them against a couple of fans. Come on now. It's that's really they just need to lock it all up. Don't let nobody walk around that motherfucker at all. Keep all y'all asses out of there, cause this too much, and it's
It
not
really
enough
is.
cops to control all that. You know what I'm saying?
No, they said the police got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not enough cops to justify that big old budget that they be spending in New York City. Oh,
No,
I ain't.
no,
Mm.
no, honey. It
No, it's
ain't
not
enough.
enough cops to handle all that. It's really not.
Well, they need to reallocate some of them funds though, because they being paid billions of dollars for them to sit there and say, "Oh, it's not enough of us." Well, you could have fooled me.
Well, I no, I said that like it just wasn't enough cops out there.
Oh,
No,
okay.
but they even. I mean, but honestly, they kind of indicated that you right there with it.
Hmm.
Hey,
Then, honey, don't even get me started on New York City cops, honey. To have they fucking asses out at Pride, honey, is really the biggest middle finger to the LGBTQ community. But I mean, I guess I get why their presence is there, but the reason that we have that parade is because they had a brick had to be thrown at y'all asses. It's like,
But
Okay.
it's probably for y'all protection, for
Yeah,
real.
that's why I said I get why their presence is there. Like truly I do, but it's I guess it's a what's that called? A double-edged sword.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. They really. I hope they do something different if they happen to come back to a game in New York. It's mm-mm, mm-mm. I
I do.
hope
I
if they
hope
do
San Antonio
win,
wins. I do.
well, if they do win, I hope they win in San Antonio because I know no fans from San Antonio want to go deal with that shit again. Let them win in San Antonio and protect the fans from from San Antonio because that shit's not gonna happen in San Antonio.
It's not.
If they win, that wouldn't happen. Knicks fans would not be attacked. This is only certain states that do that shit.
Was it like Philly city? I think Philly's really
Boston,
rowdy. Boston,
New
yeah, in New
York,
York, them is the real. They get real crazy.
like a mob mentality
And
bullshit.
LA gets a little rowdy too. They like to burn some cars and shit.
Mm-mm. No, and I just wish I could like because a lot I come from a sports watching family, and a lot of times I would have to sit out a lot of events because I'm not that kind of girl, and
I
and I can't
know.
even take interest in it. So,
I know. Just sometimes it was just very dramatic. It's circle, but you know,
mhm.
it's not like I'm trying to get you on a boat in the water, child. Just was a little
Oh
bit
no,
of
because I knew that because you were saying to only watch for Wu Tang because that's like you said the stuff that I would love to see.
I mean, nobody expected them to win. San Antonio was leading by 30 points at one time. I'm like,
Oh
what
my
is
God,
going
that was
on with the Knicks?
nuts.
Are they tired? Have they given up? What's going on? And they came back and won by one damn point. 1 point.
One
And
in
I
the
mean,
last seconds at
yeah,
that.
in the last, 90 seconds of the game,
Hmm.
they went wild up in there.
Off of a tip ball. Buddy missed the actual shot, and Buddy came in over Victor Wembanyama, got a ball over him, it hit the thing, and the teammate tipped the ball back in. Ah, the drama of it
It
all.
was a very dramatic win.
And it's basic. I think that's the biggest comeback in playoff history.
Yeah, I would agree. It was definitely a a hell of a comeback. I don't know. Maybe you commented you got. I don't. They probably shouldn't even serve alcohol for real because I think that. But I don't think all of the people that are acting like that were in the game. They were outside.
The
And
watchers,
they
yeah.
talking about if you go into a bar, but if you, they're not gonna stay in the bar. Just don't even. But alcohol is a big seller, so I mean, I know they'll never do that. Ban
Oh
alcohol
yeah,
at sporting events. That's not gonna happen.
absolutely not. Okay. I did see a little thing pop up, and which I think is funny because we have reported on these children multiple times, but I guess Tim Allen did a interview and says there will be no Home Improvement reboot due to the actor's son's problems.
Okay. I hear you, Tim. You want to sit there and point at him and his problems. You don't want it, but you remember you got three on point back at your racist ass.
He said, I got these raggedy children. They can stand the
Mm-hmm.
trouble. We
Three
can't do
raggedy
no
children from a
reboot.
ragged ass daddy, honey.
He said, we can't do a reboot. Them children in jail. Because Winter Collar's still in jail, ain't he?
Zachary Ty Bryan, and that's the one who really needs to be watching, honey, because I think he's gonna end up killing that girl.
Hmm.
No, but yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. But like, why you sitting there talking about your sons, honey? To talk about you, honey? How your ass got canceled for saying nigga,
Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
and it pissed me off so bad, honey, because y'all know the Santa Claus is literally one of my favorite Christmas movies, and I'm like, damn, now I got
Oh,
to put this shit under the bed. Now I can't even fuck with him no more.
oh, that's a bummer.
Hmm. Ooh, so I just saw something pop up on TMZ about Crispin Glover. We've been talking about him and the creepy thin man from Charlie's Angels. And
Who?
remember we talked about his excuse me, give me one second. Make sure y'all see the right slide. So y'all should see the TMZ article where it says Back to the Future star Crispin Glover countersues ex over alleged illegal recordings. This is the one who said that like he held her hostage and stuff.
I don't see anything. You got a slide up there?
Yes, let me try to.
I only see 26. If there's a 27, I don't
Yeah,
see
I
it.
don't see
Yeah,
it.
it's 26. There should be the.
Okay, there it is. Oh, the funny. Oh, that guy. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, let's see
What
it.
Mhm.
about him now?
So we talked about him before where he did deny it, of course, but he said like there was an ex that alleged that he brought her from another country, held her hostage, beat on her and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he says he's the
Yeah.
real victim in all of this.
Oh, I
Well,
see
he's
it
a
now.
white man. So he the victim.
Look at them eyes.
He the
Look at them
birthday.
eyes.
Mhm.
Okay, boy. Okay.
Well, Crispin Glover believes he's the real victim in a lawsuit filed against him by an alleged girlfriend, and now he's countersuing. The Back to the Future star filed a cross complaint against his ex last week, claiming she violently attacked him and made illegal recordings of him during their brief stint living together. In the docs obtained by TMZ, the actor says at one point while the woman was staying with him, she asked him to lie to people and tell them they got married in an Islamic ceremony. He says she started acting erratically when he refused. Crispin said he offered to buy her and her cats a flight back to the United Kingdom, where she's from. And that's when he says she whipped out an audio recording of him saying she was no longer welcome to stay with him. He says when he told her it's illegal in California to record someone on private property without their consent, she told him in a threatening tone that she played the recordings of him for other people. He says she left the house after that. Crispin claims the next day his ex and an unknown man came to the house to get her things, and that's when she allegedly attacked him. As TMZ previously reported, the woman sued Crispin first, claiming he's the one who beat her and left her with a visible injury and a scar from the alleged incident. But Crispin's arguing he purposefully never touched her because he was afraid she'd make a false claim that he put his hands on her. Instead, he says he tried to prevent her from getting into his home to grab her stuff, allegedly telling her he would get her things and bring them outside. According to the complaint, the guy that the guy the ex brought told Crispin, "I'm going to beat the fuck out of you." Crispin says he called 911, and while he was on the phone, he tried again to block his ex from the door, and that's when he claims she reached up and gouged him with her nails. He says he reported the alleged assault to the 911 operator who told him the cops were on their way. He says his ex and the guy went to wait on the street for the police to arrive. Crispin claims cops arrived and arrested his ex for felony assault. He's now suing her for assault, battery, intrusion into private affairs, and trespassing. He filed a separate motion obtained by TMZ asking the judge to force his ex to use her real name in the legal battle after she sued as a Jane Doe. Mm-mm. And y'all, he does have there are pictures of his look like there's blood running down his face, and she has a photo of like a mark on her neck, it looks like. So there was an altercation that did occur, but he's saying like she started that.
So if he's been doing her, then good. She got some licks back.
Okay. Shit. Get him again, girl. And she had to bring, I don't know what man, she probably one of her
She
cousins or
found
something.
somebody. Look,
But
she probably had to use what she got to get some protection. Because,
okay.
he tried to mail order bribe her ass.
And she said, okay, you want to play, motherfucker? Well, you know what? We just gonna call this guy Boris. Boris, call me. I need you to handle something. And Boris allegedly took his ass over there and said, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you, you little skinny ass bitch.
That was funny.
Well, so yep, that is that. So this is gonna be, I mean, I've been following this story and I will continue to follow it. Well,
You see that left eye or whatever, it's the right eye, lower than the left eye.
that's why they be calling his ass a creepy thin man in that iconic Charlie's Angels movie.
He's
Okay.
just kind of weird villain.
Hmm. All right. Well, for real this time, that was all the tea that I had. So did anybody just to make sure just to make sure we're not missing anything, or hell, if we do, we always got tomorrow.
We got tomorrow. Nope, I don't have anything.
Well, as always, thank you all for taking time out of your busy day to come and sip tea with me. We will be back tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another live show if you can make it. Don't forget to subscribe to a bitch. Head over to auntiederik.com and hit that big green subscribe button at the top left. Join my free mailing list and get your free daily hugs of me in your inbox. From your in your inbox. I sent a nice one today about today being
Corn on the
National
cob day.
Corn on the Cob Day. Now, even though I prefer my corn off the cob, I'll still celebrate. I'll have it with the cob today. So,
Mm-mm,
but
I don't want it.
yeah, really, because I'm a country bitch, honey. I want my corn off the cob and mixed in with some butter beans. So,
I like it stir fried with onion and bell pepper. I want to try some
mm.
elote though. I never
Yeah.
had one.
So you might like it because you know that crema, honey. But I'm just not that mayonnaise crema type of girl, honey. Look, this bitch in the
Yeah.
comment picking on the way I said butter. Shut up, Hammy.
And they put cheese on it. Well, you can't even. The cream is, melted in to hold the cheese and stuff on there. Very delicious.
I'd like to try it.
Maybe if I maybe can look, I'm like a white person now. Maybe can we substitute the crema for maybe some Greek yogurt or cottage cheese?
Mm-mm, mm-mm,
Mm-mm. Sit
mm-mm.
down. Sit down.
Take that white woman somewhere else.
To the community, to the Spanish speaking community, I am so sorry. I know that was probably offensive. Yeah, y'all keep y'all crema, honey. I won't eat any of that elote. But until tomorrow, I hope you all have a fabulous rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.